Hello everybody and welcome to this Vinyasa class, which is completely free. I only ask that if you can, you make a donation to either the Italian or the Irish Red Cross in this difficult time. My name is Monica and this is the sunroom. This is where I normally teach yoga and I hope to do it again soon. So let's start cross-legged or else kneeling on the mat in a comfortable position for you. And close your eyes, placing your hands on your knees. And start focusing on your breathing. Maybe scan your body mentally and see where you're holding tension today. Try to breathe into that spot to release that tension. And take a moment to make an intention for your class today. So this class hinges on the sacral chakra, the chakra of creativity and sensuality, which is located below the belly button. So I invite you to place both your hands under your navel, to visualize the color orange, and to listen to this affirmation that connects us to this chakra. I am worthy of love. Who I am is good enough. I am moving towards the place where I can be happy and fulfilled. Gently open your eyes, take your right hand beside your hips, inhale your left hand up, exhale, tilt to the right. So your left shoulder is going to try and come up towards your ear, keep it down into your back body, keep it relaxed. Try to breathe into your left hand side to make space between your ribs. Nice long breath. Exhale, come back to center. Place your left hand beside your hip. Inhale your right hand up towards the ceiling. Exhale, tilt to the left. Again, keep your shoulder down, your spine long, your head in line with your spine. And breathe. On an exhale, come back to center. If Ujjayi breathing is in your practice, please start it now. If you would like to try it, it's simply a slight restriction in the throat that causes a slightly audible sound, something like. And we do Ujjayi breathing during a class in order to stay connected to our breath and stay in the present moment. When you're ready, come into all fours to tabletop with your knees under your hips and your wrists under your shoulders. So make sure your whole hand is making contact with the mat. So the four corners of your hand and all your knuckles are pressing into the mat to protect your wrists. Your feet are flat on the mat. And we're going to do a few cat-cows. So when we do cow, we arch our back. If your lower back is sore, please keep your back straight when we do cow. Otherwise, come with me. So inhale, dip your back and lift your shoulders and your hips. Exhale, round your back and lower your head and your hips. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Keep going for a few rounds in your own time, moving with your breath. The next time you're back to center, tuck your toes behind you. Inhale, your knees off the floor for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Place your knees down, open them as wide as the mat, untuck your toes and sit on them. Bring your arms straight in front of you with the palms on the mat and place the forehead on the mat. If you prefer, you can bend your arms and place your forearm on your forehead on your hands. This is child's pose. Please stay in that pose for a few breaths. And remember, whenever you're too tired or you feel disconnected from your breath, come back to that pose. You can always pause a video, but you're supposed to do this in a public class as well in order to enjoy the class fully. So when you're ready, lift yourself up from child's pose. Plant your hands under your shoulders. Bring your legs behind you, tucking the toes for plank, and then bring your hips up towards the ceiling. for down dog. So here, it doesn't matter whether your legs can get straight or they're bent, and it doesn't matter whether your heels are on the mat or not. What matters is that we are lengthening our spine, stretching and strengthening our arms. And since this is the first down dog of the day, feel free to pedal your feet and move your head and just give yourself a stretch and warm up. On your next inhale, bring your right leg up towards the ceiling. Exhale, bring your right foot outside your right hand. So I'm going to show you this pose here. Both your hands are inside your right foot. And place your back knee, your left knee on the mat. Untuck your toes. If this hurts your knee, you can cushion it by folding the mat or else placing a blanket under it. So let your right knee fall outwards, maybe even let the inside of the foot lift for lizard. We can stay this way and keep lengthening. Otherwise, if you prefer, you can come down onto your elbows or place your head on a block or on your hands. What matters is that you don't let your shoulders collapse. Keep them open. Keep yourself long. And try to breathe into that tight right hip that we're trying to loosen up to open. 2 more breaths. So on your next exhale, tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, and bring your left foot outside your left hand for Malasana. So in Malasana, it doesn't matter where you are, this low, this low, this low, wherever you can get is fine, as long as you're pushing against your knees to open your hips. And if this really hurts, you can always sit on your mat, just widen your legs and push against them with the elbows. We are still opening the hips, even in that position. So wherever you are, keep your shoulders back and down, keep breathing. Keep doing your Ujjayi breath if you're doing it. Nice long breaths. So from your Malasana squat, place both your hands on the mat. Lengthen your left leg behind you, tucking the toes, and bring your right foot between your hands. So from this lunge, shorten your stance a little bit. Inhale your arms up for high lunge. If your neck is okay, you can even look up between the hands. Otherwise, keep looking forward. On an exhale, open into Warrior 2. So your chest, your hips, and your back foot open towards the long side of the mat. Your back foot is 90 degrees. Your front knee is bent to 90 degrees, and you can still see your toes. Hands are shoulder height, and you're looking through the middle finger of the front hand. So try to keep your shoulders down and away from the ears. Spine long. Back leg is really active, really engaged. On an exhale, turn your front hand towards the ceiling and reverse your warrior. So your left hand comes to your left leg, and if your neck is okay, you can look at your right hand, otherwise keep looking forward. Try to relax the shoulders and to really activate that back leg. Nice long breaths. On an exhale, come back to center, bend your right arm and place your forearm on your right leg. With your left hand, help your chest to open towards the ceiling. Inhale your left hand up, turn it to the front of the mat, and then bring it parallel to your left ear for side angle. If you prefer, you can place your right fingertips down beside your right foot on the inside. Otherwise, just keep your arm on your knee, but make sure you're not dumping all your weight on that leg. So keep opening your chest. If your neck is okay, look up towards the hand. Otherwise, keep looking forward. Nice long breaths. Make sure you're not gripping with your toes. On your next exhale, come back to center. Open your feet to 45 degrees and bring your arms up with the fingers engaged for 5-pointed star. From here, come to prayer. So we're going to do a squat with 10 Kapalabhati pranayama. This type of pranayama is very good for your sinuses and for detoxifying. And you do a passive inhale where you just open your hands and lengthen your arms, and an active exhale where you bring your fists forcefully towards your chest, and at the same time you bring your belly button in and up towards your ribs. So let's try this. Come into squat, inhale, 10 Kapalabhati pranayama. Hands in prayer. Inhale your right heel up. Exhale down. Inhale your left heel up. Exhale down. Inhale both heels up. Exhale down. Straighten your legs. Bring your feet parallel with the toes pointing more or a little bit towards each other. Inhale your arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, fall forward. So here, place your weight a little bit more to the front of your feet. Keep your spine long. Place your right hand on the mat. Inhale your left hand on your left hip. So trying to keep the hips parallel instead of letting them move to the left. Start twisting only your spine to the left, looking up if the neck allows. Once you're here, inhale your left arm up towards the ceiling. Hand is open and very active. Legs are very engaged. And I hope you can hear the birds chirping. It's very nice. Exhale your left hand down. Inhale your right hand to your right hip. Trying to keep the hips parallel to the mat. Start twisting only with your spine towards the ceiling. Once you get there, inhale your right arm up. Really activate your legs, your quads, your thighs are pulling your knees up. Nice long breaths. Relax your toes. Relax your jaw. Exhale down. So turn back towards the front of your mat with your foot between your hands, your right foot between your hands. Exhale your right foot back for another downward facing dog. So really push all the four corners of your hands into the mat. Push your hips towards the ceiling. Inhale, lift your left leg towards the ceiling. And then bring your left foot outside your left hand for lizard on the other side. So place your right knee on the mat, untuck your toes, and cushion your right knee if you need to. Your left foot is open to 45 degrees, and you're letting your left knee fall out. Maybe the inside of the foot lift a little. So in this position, you can stay this way and keep lengthening your spine. Otherwise, you can come down on your forearm, on a block, however you prefer. Just please don't let the shoulders collapse. We're trying to open the chest as well as the hips. Take 2 more breaths. On your next exhale, plant your hands onto the mat, come back up. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, and bring your right foot outside your right hand for another Malasana squat. So you're back here, or whichever height you prefer today. You can be sitting on your mat, perhaps, just pushing the knees out. Just keep your shoulders down into your back body, your spine really long, and your toes can still wriggle. They're not gripping the mat. Nice long breaths. So on your next exhale, plant both your hands into your mat. Bring your right leg behind you and bring your left foot between your hands for a low lunge. Both hands are on the mat. Bring your left foot back for downward facing dog. I'm sorry, I missed a bit. Actually, after your malasana squat, you come up, into a high lunge. If your neck is okay, you can look between your hands. Otherwise, keep looking forward. And from here, open into warrior two. So keep looking through the middle finger of your front hand. Your front knee is bent to 90 degrees. Your back foot is open to 90 degrees. Shoulders are down and relaxed. Spine is long. Inhale, turn your left hand towards the ceiling. Exhale, reverse your warrior. So your right hand is on the back of your right leg. Your left hand is going towards the ceiling. If your neck is okay, look at your left hand, otherwise keep looking forward. Keep thinking of that back leg, it needs to stay active, it needs to stay engaged. Exhale, come back to center, bend your left arm and place your left forearm on your left thigh. Use your right hand to help your chest open towards the ceiling, and then inhale your right hand up towards the ceiling. Turn your palm towards the front of the mat and bring your arm parallel to your right here. If you prefer, you can place the left fingertips on the floor inside your left foot. Otherwise, keep the arm on the left knee. Try not to put all your weight into it. So this is lovely for your lower back, and it also helps the hips open. Nice long breaths. So inhale up into 5-pointed star. Both your feet are open to 45 degrees. Exhale, bring your hands into prayer. So we'll do another squat and 10 Kapalabhati pranayama. Remember, when you exhale forcefully, bring your belly button in and up towards your rib. So let's squat. Inhale, 10 Kapalabhati pranayama. From here, inhale your left heel up. Exhale down. Inhale your right heel up. Exhale down. Inhale both heels up. Exhale down. Come back up. Bring your feet parallel to each other with the big toes facing each other. Inhale your arms towards the ceiling. Exhale, fall forward. Both your hands are on the mat. Place your left hand in the center and your right hand on your right hip. Again, keep your hips parallel to the mat and only twist your spine towards the right. Inhale your right arm up. Activate both your legs. Your quads are pulling up your kneecaps. They're really active. One more breath. Exhale down. Place your right hand in place of the left. Place the left on your hip. Keep your hips parallel to the mat. Start twisting your spine towards the left. Inhale your left arm up towards the ceiling. Exhale down. So from here, turn back to the front of your mat, and this time plant your hands and come to downward facing dog. Hips towards the ceiling, legs really active, spine long. On your next inhale, bring up the right leg towards the ceiling. This time bend the knee, bring the heel towards the hips, and start opening your knee towards the ceiling. If you can, look under your right shoulder. So we're really opening our right hip here. Exhale, bring your right foot between your hands. If you can't quite get there, give it a hand. So we're in low lunge. From here, shorten your stance a little bit. Inhale your arms up to high lunge. Then bring your hands on your hips and join your feet at the front of the mat. So your knees are bent into Utkatasana or chair. We are moving our hips down and forward, tucking them in so that you're not pulling out your bum here. Inhale both your arms up You can look between your hands if your neck allows and keep your shoulders down, back. Keep your weight at the back of your feet and your heels and make sure looking down that you can still see your toes. From here, bring your hands into prayer. And on an exhale, start twisting towards your right hand side, placing your left elbow outside your right knee. So look down for a moment, make sure your knees are still together and then one knee hasn't gone forward. And then on an exhale, start trying to bring your hands towards the middle of your chest. So on an inhale, you lengthen your spine. On an exhale, you keep twisting if you can, if there's still room. Try to keep your shoulders relaxed. Try not to pull your neck. We're twisting from the spine. On the next exhale, come back to center and come all the way up for a balancing pose 3 or Riksasana. So, put all your weight onto your right foot and open your left foot, placing your hands into prayer. So if this is where you want to stay today, please feel free. You're still opening your hips and you're still balancing. If you rather try the other levels, make sure you have a wall beside you if you think you're going to want to hold on to it, maybe to come up into the pose. Feel free to use any support that you can use safely. So the second level is to put your right foot on your calf. The third level is to put your right foot on the inside of your left thigh. Make sure you avoid the knee joint. Don't place your foot onto the knee joint because it's very delicate. So from here, start opening that left hip wherever you are in this pose, in whichever level. And bring your shoulders down, lengthen your spine, and try to look at something that isn't moving to help your balance. So if this is easy for you, you can always bring your arms up and open them like the branches of a tree. Push your left foot into your thigh and your thigh into your left foot to help you balance. Keep your shoulders back and down. Keep long. Should be feeling like somebody's pulling you up by a thread in the crown of your head. You're really long, you're growing towards the sky. Exhale, bring your hands to prayer if they're not there already, and let your foot go. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come up halfway with your fingertips on the mat, spine long. Exhale, plant your hands and come to plank. From here, we will lower into the mat. There's 2 ways to do this. You can place your knees down and then come down this way. Otherwise, you can come down in a straight line. Once you're there, untuck your toes. Keep your elbows really close to your body, your hands under your shoulders. Inhale up into cobra. Shoulders relaxed, spine is long. Exhale down. Plant both your feet on the mat. Lift your knees, come up for downward facing dog. Don't forget your ujjayi breath. Inhale your left leg up towards the ceiling. Bend your knee, point it towards the ceiling, and start moving the foot towards the hips. So from here, if you can, look under your left arm. Exhale, bring your left foot between your hands. Give him a little push if you can. Shorten your stance a little and come up into high lunge. Exhale, bring your hands to your waist and join your feet for chair. Again, your knees are bent, your hips are tucked in, and your arms are parallel to your ears with the shoulders relaxed and the toes relaxed. Exhale, bring hands to prayer. Make sure you can still see your toes. And then on the next exhale, twist towards the left, placing the right elbow outside the left knee. On an inhale, lengthen. On an exhale, keep twisting if there's still room. Make sure your knees are still together. Give them a little look. And then keep lengthening your spine. Keeping the shoulders relaxed, toes are not gripping the mat. Nice long breaths. On an exhale, come back up for 3 or Riksasana on the other side. So bring all your weight onto your left foot. Hands to prayer, start opening your right foot. If this is where you want to stay on this side, that's fine. Otherwise, place your foot on the calf or on the inside of the thigh, skipping the knee joint. Look at something that isn't moving. Open your right hip. And if this is easy for you, inhale your arms up towards the ceiling. So if you fall out of the pose, just come back up whenever you can. Keep your shoulders down, relaxed, spine is long, growing towards the sky. Exhale, bring your hands back into prayer. Release your leg. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, plant your hands and come to plank. Again, either place your knees down or come all the way down. Untuck your toes. Keep your elbows closed. Press your hands into the mat for cobra. Inhale. Exhale, down. Plant both your toes. Lift your knees from the mat. Come up to downward facing dog. So from here, inhale your right leg up. On the exhale, bring the right knee towards the right wrist and the right foot towards the left wrist for pigeon or kapotasana. So here, we place the leg on the floor in front of us and we turn to the back leg. Make sure it's straight. If this hurts, you can bend it to 90 degrees. Otherwise, just keep it long onto your mat. So here, if you feel like you're rolling onto your right hand side, you can use a block under your hip or a book or a rolled up mat or blanket. So keep your left foot here really active, really engaged, so as to protect your knee joint. Straighten your spine and decide where you want to be. You can stay in this position. You can come down on your elbows, on a block, on your hands, whichever way you prefer, as long as you keep your shoulders open. And make sure that you're letting the weight of your body open that right hip. Breathe into it. It's quite an intense position. So take your time. Lengthen your breath. One more inhale, one more exhale in pigeon. On the next exhale, plant both your hands, tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, and bring your right leg to meet the left in downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg up towards the ceiling. Bring your left knee towards your left wrist and your left foot towards your right wrist. Place your back leg on the floor long and turn back to see that it's straight. If this hurts, bend it to 90 degrees. If you're in pigeon here, make sure you cushion your left hip if you feel like you're falling to the left. Keep your spine straight and long and decide where you want to be. On your elbows, on your forehead, on your hands. So keep breathing into that tight left hip. Let it open. Opening your hips is really good for your lower back. It really helps with any pain in the lumbar region. Keep lengthening. Keep your shoulders away from your ears. One more inhale. One more exhale. Plant both your hands on the mat. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, come back to downward facing dog. From here, come onto the mat. So we lie on our back for bridge or wheel. If you want to watch this first and then do it, it's probably better because in bridge or wheel, you shouldn't turn your neck left or right to look at things. It's quite sensitive for your neck. So if you would like to try bridge, you just lie on your back with your hands flat on the floor and your feet close to your sit bones. On an inhale, you lift your hips towards the ceiling, and if you want, you can shimmy your shoulder underneath you and clasp your fingers and keep pushing your hips towards the ceiling. So try to keep your knees parallel, don't let them splay out. If you would like to try wheel, stay in the same position but bring your hands beside your ears with your fingers pointing towards your shoulders. And from here, lift your hips towards the ceiling. Again, keep your knees from splaying out. Point yourself towards the ceiling. Try to keep your toes relaxed. One more breath. Exhale, come all the way down. And here, give your knees a big hug into your chest. Maybe grab opposite elbow. And then let both your knees fall to your right hand side, maybe helping them with your right hand. So open your left arm to shoulder height and look towards your left hand to give your spine a nice stretch. We're releasing all the tension here. Exhale, come back to center. Squeeze your knees again, let them fall to the left, maybe helping them with your left hand. Open your right arm to shoulder height and look at your right hand. Nice long breath. Try to keep both shoulders onto the mat. On your next exhale, come back to center. So grab your big toes with your peace fingers, your index and middle finger. The soles of your feet are towards the ceiling, your legs are open, and start rolling from side to side for a happy baby to give your spine a nice massage. Give your knees one last hug and then prepare for your shavasana. You might want to put on something warm to cushion your head or your hips. When you're ready, just let everything fall out. If you want, you can pause this video because I suggest that you take your shavasana for at least 5 to 10 minutes. So let your feet open, let your hands face the ceiling, close your eyes. And this is a very important moment where we let all the benefits of the practice sink in. So try not to skip this if you can. You can let go of your ujjayi breathing. Just revert to your normal breath. And just try to free your mind from any worries, any thoughts. Thoughts will come naturally. But try to watch them like you would watch a cloud pass. Don't hold on to them. So if you can stay here for a good few minutes too. I'm going to wind up the practice now. So whenever you're finish your shavasana, you slowly come back to a comfortable seat, either cross-legged or on your knees, and close your eyes. And I'm just going to read you a short poem by Rumi. Do you know who you are? You are a manuscript of a divine letter. You are a mirror reflecting a noble face. This universe is not outside of you. Look inside yourself. Everything that you want, you are already that. So please take a moment here to thank yourself for taking this moment for yourself today. Thank you very much for joining this class. And I hope you keep peace in your thoughts, peace in your words, and peace in your hearts. Thank you very much. Namaste.